Okay, so today we're going to be checking out a brand new game that came out today called Starbirds. It's by the same developers as Dorf Romantic, so people familiar with Dorf Romantic, which is a very excellent game in its own right. This is their next game. It is not a sequel, obviously. It is a very, very different game. So where Dorf Romantic is kind of this thing where you put down these little tiles and you build a city. So it's very board game-esque, but, you know, at a scale you really couldn't practically do from a board game perspective. This is more factory automation. It's not to the depth of stuff like Factorio or Satisfactory. I haven't played it. This is just going based on what I've seen. It's a little bit more cutesy. It's level-based. So we're going to do a couple of hours of this, then we'll switch it up. And thank you, Liam, for the 7-stream streak. I really do appreciate that. You're going to see the level selection. This is one of those games that this is early access. That when I booted up the game, it automatically played the intro cutscene and took me into the first level, and I had to back out to the main menu, which I'm not a huge fan of games that do that. What is even rewards? Okay, there's apparently rewards. I have no idea what that's about. Alright, so start with the level selection. And so, yeah. Okay, so I think those are the videos, and then this is the first actual level. I am going to go ahead and replay the cinematic that the game is introduced to, because it's adorable, and I think you should all see it. And then we'll get into the game once that's done. And, for the record, not sponsored. Though the devs did give me a key.
There's no place like home. And for our beaky friends, it's the yellow dwarf star Sublina, which has illuminated this system with its warm and peaceful light for billions of years. Perfect conditions for life to evolve into a spacefaring civilization. Now, these birds stand on the edge of a new frontier, launching a daring mission. A remote asteroid field where infinite riches and the unknown await in equal measure.
Get out of my chair. Aye, aye, Captain. So what's interesting is there was actually an additional video that it showed before that I missed. It was just the birds watching these other birds through a telescope, like trying to get an egg or whatever. Gather around, flock, hear me now. For our greatest mission begins soon. There should be some good squawking. Where are my notes? Ahem. Today we embark on a journey for good of all bird kind. We have risen from the mere ground peckers who warmed themselves with idle wings to proud tree dwellers, the horizon always in sight. But today, we venture beyond that. Our goal is the endless plains of space. Our aim is the treasures, iron, and silicon. That's a mighty fine speech and all, Captain. But what's our actual mission here now? Right, Ruth. Actually, we need to make a quick stop to fill up on supplies before we can continue. Ahem. At ease, everyone. Let's get to work. Good hustle. Alright. I like that people are, like, making the comment, so the birds are like ground peckers, and it's picking up as a sex-based term because, you know, pecker being another word for private parts. I appreciate that Automod also is like, that seems like it's potentially offensive. Is the captain's voice the noise of Macintosh Airquack? It sounds like it. I was thinking the same thing. Alright. We're here, Flock. These asteroids look promising. Initiate landing. Oh, how does that work again? Not the red button. Maybe his cryo egg got cooked on the way out here. I'm fine, Stella. Just walk me through the controls. I'm not familiar with this model. Just pay attention to the instructions, Cap. You won't put a claw wrong, probably. Listen up, Flock. According to my notes, we should start this quest. So we need 6 iron, which we have not found. We'll get 200 credits. And it'll put the iron on our space station. Alright, so we'll accept that. The captain has requested iron. Click on the asteroid to see if it has iron. Double-click to enter it. So, clearly, there's that one. I didn't double-click. I chose to click 2 different things. Let's see. Take a closer look. Zoom in and out with your mouse wheel. Rotate the asteroid by holding the right mouse button and moving. To land, click on a big crater. First, find an iron deposit and then drag an extractor from the building inventory onto it. This costs you credits. Now click and drag the left mouse button to make a pipe from the extractor to the launch pad. Great, now let's speed things up. Put down more extractors and connect them to the launch pad. Can I put this so they're both flip between there? Well done, Flock. We've definitely earned these credits. A single launch pad can't keep up with more than 4 extractors. Build a second launch pad for better efficiency. Oh, I have to put it... Okay, so it has to be on one of the geyser things. Okay, so you got those 3 going there, so put you up here. We're doing great, Raid. Now let's ramp up production. We need aluminum and some more iron. So I have to click on the mission, we accept, so they want 4 iron and some aluminum. For this quest, you need to extract aluminum and deliver it to the space station. Yeah, well, I'm still gonna hook up the iron because it's here. Oh, that's aluminum. Never mind. Not bad. With all these minerals, we can improve our station to earn more credits. Let's pick our first module. Well, first, I'm taking my money. We can add living quarters. How do I go back to station? That'll make our station extra cozy. Now let's get back to business. There are still some resources missing on my list. Okay, so we need water, it looks like. Hover over the quest icon, then the requested resources. Ah, there we go. So there's the map. Oh yeah, and sorry, don't forget to check out the Ints, absolutely fantastic content creator. Does stream in German, just as a heads up. I just didn't want to call it out during the cinematic and interrupt the cinematic. Click on the unidentified asteroid and spend tech points to discover it. And also, let me check one thing. Because Huh. Oh, sorry, I didn't want that to click out a window. That's fine, I'll deal with that later. I've apparently lost audio to the game. Okay, let's see if the audio comes back when we go in here. Oh, there it goes. You like the art style of the game? Yeah, it's fun. So we can't see any of the ore yet, so there's no reason to point one place versus any other. Hey, look at that! Copper and water around us, just waiting. Okay, so I assume we want to plug one of those onto the copper. Pin feathers. We're out of credits. That's no problem. These shiny nuggets are just what we need to make some extra credits. Yoke just needs to collect them. I don't... Ensign Yoke reporting for duty, Captain, sir. Well, it's no simulation, Ensign. You must use the utmost caution. Am I understood? Sir, yes, sir, Captain, sir. I like your spirit, Yoke. However, you don't need to call me sir. Just Captain will do nicely. Drag a path from the rover to gather up the shiny nuggets to gain more stuff. Is that a shiny nugget? Alright. Okay, so that's interesting. But I need water. Water is way over there. That's 100 and that's 50. Yeah, so I get those two nodes there. That means I'll be at least making some of that. So can you drive over that? Yes. And we can go here. And continue to place extractors. Alright, almost done. Last thing we need to do here is to fill up oxygen tanks so we're ready to travel onwards. Okay, so accept that. To produce oxygen, we need a refinery. Click it in the building inventory to start research, and it costs tech points. Okay. Okay, and that's going to cost water to make. We can go down here. Plug that in. The whole driving the little rover around the planet to collect the shiny rocks is weird. Excellent news! You completed research on the refinery. Required to build a refinery for you. Claim it at the quest. Cool. Refinery research. Drag it from the building inventory onto the asteroid. Yes, I'd have those 3 nodes there for exporting. Plunk you there. Place an extractor on the water deposit and connect it to the refinery. Okay. The refinery current converts water into oxygen. We need to complete the quest. Now connect it to the launch pad and all that. Yeah, that's fine. So here's a launch pad. We can connect you. And then while we're here, connect you. And that's all the resources exploited on this. Spaghettification begins. Yeah, I am noticing it doesn't seem like it cares much about this. I'm wondering if my lines could just cross over each other or not. Good job, everyone. We've stocked up on supplies. Now nothing stands in our way of discovering, well, everything. And then some. Excellent work, Flock. With all these materials stocked up, our machines fixed up, it should be a smooth journey onto our next destination. I recalibrated our devices and improved the precision of our trajectory calculation by 20.2853%. That's if my math is correct. And I do believe it is. Space exploration isn't about math. You've got to expect the unexpected. Trust your gut. Tell me, Rust, is your gut familiar with Kestrel's laws of planetary motion? Or perhaps I didn't need to stay up all night doing the calculation to prevent us from being smashed apart by asteroids. Thank you, Stella. I'm sure Rust was joking. Let's put that math to work then. Block to the stars.
Thank you War Machine 89 for subscribing for 9 months. Russ sounds like Jebediah Kerman. Jebediah Birdman.
Hey War Machine, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That's 9 months been to sub the channel. Yeah, no, it's very, very Jebediah. Push the button, let's go. So there's a rewards thing. Oh, I see. So that's interesting. So I get reward points that let me unlock stuff in the future. So I have this 1 point here, and I can reduce the cost. How much does this cost? That is an excellent question. If I could have someone do the ! Steam command on Twitch side, it should give us the US price. Because I don't want to click out of the game and have all the audio. It takes a moment to run, by the way. It looks like 18 bucks. US dollar. Okay, but it looks like I'll get all these things. So that would mean I would need less launch pads per extractor, and that the extractor gets more. Interestingly, it doesn't seem like that changes the amount of those, so that's just more yield with the same resources. We'll do all that. Okay, so travel to next sector. Sector 2, a strange discovery. Captain, I'm getting strange readings from this sector. My sensors have picked up statistical anomaly, something with extreme mass and density. That sounds just like the resource we're looking for. Where is it? We'll have to get closer to investigate. But Captain, there is a matter of a debris field. I recommend we make our approach steadily over days, careful monitoring. What are you squawking about, Captain? This is a great unknown we came out here for. Don't let Stella scare you. I'm not scared, Science Officer Stella. Set a course for that group of asteroids. Scared? I'm not afraid of rocks. We're very close now. Let's land on the asteroid and find that strange object. Okay, so I guess we're just landing here. No quests or anything. This looks like it's going to give me water and iron. Apparently there's the strange object. So let's go ahead. I actually don't have the build options. Oh, I have to click on the very first one. I understand. This rock has to be the culprit. What is that? Great gizzards, I've never seen anything like this before. I'd like to take it into our station for examination, but it seems to be fused with that asteroid. That ain't a problem. All you need to do is an extraction hub. Luckily for you, I know how to build one. Okay. So it's saying I need to get water. Fair enough. Boom. Water. I don't know what that is, but I want it. So boom, plug that in. We can drop you down. That would collect a little bit of money for me. Alright. Modules need taking care of sometimes, like plants. Completing supply quests is a reliable method of earning credits and tech points by delivering more of the same resources. Okay, so both of these want water at the same amount. Okay, so I can get the excavation up. There are loads of quests now. How do I let my flock know which one's the most important? The upmost quest will get resources first. Rearrange the quest by dragging them to the top in the order you want. I see. So you're working on that. We got the gold bars and that. So it does... Okay, I see. So, like, whatever resource we get in, it'll just work its way down the list until something consumes it. So, meanwhile, I'm gonna plug you in. Alright, so we got the excavation hub. That's some sweet engineering work. Let's place the excavation hub right on top of the strange object so we can get cracking. I need a bunch of money and tech. What's the diameter of the planet? 6 meters? I don't know, they're actual like, they're supposed to be asteroids, not planets, so... They're small. So basically, I need more science happening, which is coming from that. So I can put an extractor over here. Okay, so you will give me money, you'll give me science for the water. Alright, we can put the extractor on that. Come on, Ruth. What's taking so long with the extractor? I want to get that strange object. Hey, this isn't like building a nest. Sticks and feathers ain't gonna cut it for high-tech work. Unless you want to peck that thing out with your beak. Like we used to mine in the old days. No, that doesn't sound like much fun. That's what I thought. Now let's get going. I'm gonna need these resources to get started. Okay, so we need to deliver water and gold directly to this. So here's some gold. And then we got some water way down there. Okay, and that's more research. In this case, I probably want more money. Alright. We're now exploiting all of the resources on this asteroid. Okay. We're about to get that done. That pays out cash. Let's grab more research. What is with you? Oh, that's oxygen, not water. Okay, that's on me. Destroy the pipe. Build the refinery. There we go. That's the wrong one. Doing good. I'm trying to make that go away. Can I make 2 paths? Oh, I can just reroute the path. So in that case, what I could probably do here is delete that pipe, put a second refinery, and now keep up the oxygen. Can I connect you? No, okay. I was curious if I could just plug one into the other. That's fine. Looking good so far. The next step is to trickle the object with a little radiation. I'm gonna need some uranium. The only problem is there ain't no uranium on this rock. We need to get it from some other asteroid. Sure. Alright, so that means going back out to the grid thing. Yeah, so it's implying that I can find it here. It's not just one node for that. Makes sense. I wonder if there's a limit on how much material I get out of one of those. Okay, so I've got the uranium. Yeah, so it looks like it's just uranium on this. Interestingly enough, I guess the green ones give that. Well, I mean, in the meantime, our rockets are delivering uranium to our station. We need to change our destination to the asteroid. To transport resources between asteroids, you need a landing pad. Research it from the building inventory. Cool. And also just to tinker, because it came up. Alright, so that's the max we can get out of that. So you've got that being researched. That's going to require me to send oxygen off. Meanwhile, we could just keep that going, so I'll need to go back to the map. Go back over here. Now, the curiosity of this is... we got 2 paths bringing oxygen in, so let's get rid of that pipe and reroute it up there. And so that should have oxygen being delivered to the station. And once we hit 11 oxygen being delivered to the station, that should unlock the landing pad, and then we'd be bringing the landing pad in here to drop off at that thing. Okay. So we just basically cover all these asteroids with a bunch of cables and garbage and all that. There we go. So birds are as bad as people with just dropping garbage everywhere. I researched the landing pad to receive the uranium. Let's place it in a big crater on the excavation asteroid. Cool. Let's check the map to find the asteroid delivering that. Give me a second. So now we go here. Now click on the uranium icon and drag it to the landing pad. Fantastic work, Flock. The uranium is being delivered to the excavation asteroid. Now let's return to it. Alright. So imagine a lot of these networks are going to get complicated over time. We're almost there. Pretty sure this is the last thing we need to break this strange object loose. Quartz? Wait, what is this quartz research? I've never heard of it. Hover over roots or click on the quartz to open the wiki. It would appear we need to produce quartz ourselves, and we'll need a chemical lab for that. Okay, so research the chemical lab. And that's going to require silicon, which we don't have. So let's go here. So that asteroid has 1 undiscovered resource, now it has 2. So let's go ahead and check these. Okay, so it does have the silicon. We can go ahead and drop you. So that's silicon. And honestly, for right now, I'll also plug in the water. I've got all that taken care of there. And give me more money. And we now have more options here of shipping silicon, oxygen, or uranium. So what we'll probably want to do is we'll go over here. I'm going to add 2 refineries over there. And I've exhausted our funds. Okay, we have the chemical lab. Money. Sure. I've researched a chemical lab. Dreams have come true. I always wanted my very own chemical lab. Good job, Stellar. According to the wiki, we should combine water and silicone in the chemical lab. Oh, well, that's straightforward. Well, it's not exactly what I had planned. Yeah, so take those back. We'll need to have you plug that in. Okay, so it does give me back my stuff. The silicon icon was a slice of lime. It looks like it. That's oxygen being sent back. We have gold, oxygen. Okay, there's the chemical lab there, so I need to go up here. And we'll snake that around like that. Excellent, Pluck. Now we're refining a steady stream of quartz. Do you need anything further, science officer? Maybe a tissue. My chemical lab, it's just so beautiful. I wish we would have brought a poet on this mission. Come on now, Stella. Now's the time for crystal clear findings of rock-solid science. Oh, Captain, that's very poetic. Now let's deliver the quartz to the excavation site so Ruth can separate the strange thing. Did I put the... Oh, that's a landing pad. That's my problem. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, so launch pad. Okay. So for right now. Oh, and it's showing me what I already have in stock. I see. Alright, so we'll need to go back to the map here. And grab the quartz. Oh, I can only export one or the other there. Okay, that's fair. Makes sense. So if I wanted to import more stuff, I'd need to do that. Yep, we're getting that done. Need to start splitting it off between other things as well. Okay. And victory. Do you read chats? Yeah, no, I read chat. It does take some moment. I never seen birds gather resources so fast. It seems like a mystery is an excellent motivator. Now, let's take a closer look at this strange object. Hold on your birdie butts. Just gotta lift this thing carefully. Then I can... Huh? Whoa, Captain, you're not gonna believe it, but it's flying. Quick, hitch it to my rover. That'll stop it from floating away. But it's not floating away, it's just floating. Like magic, we must see the inside of this rock. It could be like a tiny alien spaceship or something. Excuse me, we're going to open up a potentially dangerous object? We're doing it in a controlled environment. You heard Stella. To the lab. Command team only. Oh, and Ensign Yo. You come too. You don't want to miss this. Thank you, Such a Cookie, for the 545 stream streak. I really do appreciate that. Catch the last 545 streams without missing a single one, so thank you so much for that. You wish there was a bird emote? Yeah, I don't have one for the channel, but I'm sure there are many bird emotes out there. Alright. It's gonna be a bird. It's gonna be a bird. Or not. This is fascinating. Looks like a rock. Oh my. Have you figured out what it is? Something not native to our solar system. It came all the way from over here. Alright, so we get our rewards, so I get a point. So we can speed up the processing of these things. It can make it so our launch pads can handle more stuff. We haven't unlocked the new rover yet, or the new row yet. Oh, I see. So we have our first level, which is just to complete the sector. The second level is to complete the first sector in under 3 minutes, or 3.5 minutes. And the third one is to reach a score of 20 stars, which I have no idea what determines that. So the second one is to complete the system, transport 8 different types of resources between the asteroid, and more stars. Okay, so some of them it's a time thing, some of them it's like do it using minimum resources, some of it's to be far more extravagant. And then all of those unlock upgrades over here. And so it looks like right now in the early access version we have 7 sectors, and we're about to enter sector 2.1. Okay, so where it says 7, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like there's 10 missions right now in the game. We've only seen about 30% of the different resources in the game. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, these are all still 1. Okay. Alright, travel to the next sector. What a strange little rock. How about we call it Strangelet? Excellent notion, Yoke. So Stella, do I understand this correctly that this Strangelet originated from a different star system? Yes, I've never seen an isotope ratios like this before. The material must come from a place of vastly different conditions than, Sablina. Incredible, something like this truly out of this world. Let's go there. Where do I sign up? Traveling to another star system? Do you even know what you're chirping about? That's unprecedented. Haven't we been working on a starship for something? Sorry, haven't we been working on a starship for some time now, Ruth? Aye, Captain. Laser sail prototype is just about done. Just a few more resources from this sector, and we can finish up and give her a test run. Prototype? Test run? Oh, stars above. But I do want to find out more about these readings. Looks like dark matter baked in baked beam. It's the evil jelly bean. Okay, so we need to get a mirror and a laser. And a mirror requires glass, light alloy, and then a laser requires glass and uranium. Oh, and it highlights where I can find the materials. So we don't know where we get glass yet. Glass comes from quartz, and quartz comes from water and silicon. I see. Alright. So the laser sale is missing mirrors and lasers. Okay, so it's taking the training wheels off a little bit, and they haven't held my hand being like, do this, then that, then that. So I got magnesium and water. What we can do here is I'll put one of these just to magnesium. Constraints. Needs to be placed on a resource deposit, that's fine. So we'll start by telling it to give me money for magnesium. I'm going to make sure we get some water. Money. And we don't have any of these resources discovered yet. I'm pretty sure I saw iron. Meanwhile, I'm going to find another water node. Oh, I don't... Oh, they put it into tabs now. That's good. Okay. I already did that. Ooh, that's a lot. We should start somewhere and wing it from there. Yeah, so it's showing all of the things. Oh, I see. It opens the tabs up here. And I can keep those going. Interesting. Alright, well with that, so we got the magnesium, and we've got air, and we've got water all being exported now. So that's good news. So let's get off this planet real fast and go to our next one. So that one's got uranium, and this one's got uranium and iron. So for the moment, I'm just going to try and get all the different resources I can being extracted without worrying about doing anything fancy with them quite yet. Okay, it's actually plugged in. Alright, keep the cash flowing. So then I got all those materials coming in. Then go to this one. And that'll be the uranium. Or no, sorry, that's uranium. Let's see here. So we got that. Do I already have uranium going up? Alright. Alright, that's for research. We don't have the art stuff ready. Okay, so we've got all the basic materials going on here. They're all being shipped back there. So that's 5 research and 5 research. Let's just discover all the stuff in the system real quick. There's more asteroids I didn't realize are over here. I didn't realize this could keep extending. Oh, sorry. Keep giving me the sweet cash. Okay. You seem to be getting stars. What's it increasing from? So I'm getting, so I get stars based on the amount of passive income we're getting and quest rewards. So basically, I'm making enough resources to get paid more for it. Understood. So I'll grab you. I already got those materials. Alright, so we're just going to start by hooking everything up, and then we'll start making the complicated materials. So I've got water, aluminum, whatever the heck that is. Yeah, so I'm not going to do any complicated stuff here. Slap you down, plug you in. Slap you down, plug you in. Slap you down, plug you in. And I guess in this case... you can go ahead and do that. You'll grab me the research. In this case, I'll put one refinery right here. Alright. So we got that going. So that's a planet well suited for making the, where we combine water and silicon. Let's go look at our wiki stuff again. On what we actually need to make to see if one of these planets is, like, predispositioned to being good for what we need. So for the laser, so that requires this and glass. And glass requires quartz, and that requires that. Okay, so we are going to make quartz on this planet. So we got those two for making quartz. Let's grab you and plunk you down here. Sure. So you can go here and get you two there and there. That officially has us making quartz. Now, to make glass, I need to refine quartz. So once I get a little bit of money in, we'll put down another one of these and then go to refinery to make the glass. Start exporting that. Okay, so we got you. Give me more cash. Alright. So it's an interesting game in that it's a factory automation game. It doesn't look like it has any of the limitations like you'd have in Factorio where you mine up a resource and it's just gone. Like, I'm not seeing any limited supply on these. I'm not noticing individual tiles disappear as the extractors go. So it's not a puzzle game in the sense of I have limited resources to deal with. Craftable as a waste item. Oh, interesting. So we're gonna have waste items as well. There's also apparently the ability to upgrade our buildings, which doesn't seem to work quite yet. So I got you, connect you there. You're also making that. And then we make the refinery. Plug you into there and plug you into there. So now we're making glass. So let's see what else we need to do with that. Yeah, so the glass plus the uranium makes our lasers. We've got the uranium here. We're gonna actually disconnect this glass, probably. No, we can actually make this work. I'll need more cash, but then we're going to do the whole thing where we go refiner, like chemical lab, refinery, and I guess that's an optics facility. So the optics facility requires us to ship off glass, so that's good news. We're already working on it. So get all that going. Yeah, so we're shipping off enough uranium now that it's happy. The other stuff, we could scale it up. Oh, and that gives us a passive income, so instead of needing to accept and do these things, I could literally just let it run. Okay. Okay, so we've got the optics lab unlocked. We can go ahead and we will take the giant amount of uranium. Alright, so put this here. Put a drill there, plug it in. Put a drill here, plug it in. Go to the refinery there, plug it in. And I'll need 250 for the optics lab. We have now discovered goop and ash, which are waste materials I don't know how to deal with. Okay. Give me more cash. So now I need the optics lab. It's bigger than I thought it would be. Would you look at that? Our brand new optics factory. We'll be making mirrors and lasers in no time, but not without energy. Energy? I thought you'd never ask. Let's research solar panels. I can't wait to get some currents flowing. You monsters. Okay. The solar panels also requires glass. Alright, give me the cash for right now. And the engine room needs silicon shipped off. Oh, I'm not shipping off just straight up silicon. Yeah, we should do that somehow. So you've got 3 pipes hooked up to you right now. Solar panels provide power. Drag them from the menu to a sunny area, then connect the building to that needs power. But first, I didn't realize I didn't have silicon hooked up, so we're just gonna snake that on around there. So this thing's maxed out. Power-wise, we can go and plunk you here. You can even connect several solar panels so long as they do so in a series, as you get more voltage, but the current stays the same. We get it, Stella, you're smart, but quit standing in my sunlight. We need every volt we can get. Alright, we have discovered scrap. Give Mon. Okay, so this giant monstrosity is finally making lasers. All of that. So we should start seeing the main objective getting done here. So the next question is mirrors. So that's glass and light alloy is aluminum and silicon. So I could do that here as well, somehow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay. So that's going to be a whole thing to figure out. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back to the grid and check our other planets. So that's actually got the silicon and the Yeah, so you don't have one that has everything. So this is one that's going to require me to ship stuff around. That's fine. Is me or did this get really complicated really fast? Yes. They taught you the basics, and then they're like, okay, now that you know the basics, get your button gear. Which I'm fine with. I think that's reasonable. Because everything they've gotten so far has just kind of expanded what we had before. Alright, so you need the Crucible. And the Crucible is going to require that we ship back aluminum and silicon. So let's go over here and snake you along there. And go over here and snake you along there. They throw you in the deep end pretty fast. Yeah, but I feel like it's okay because you had so few buildings to work with that they kind of just show you the basics on how to set up the networks and all that, and then they just cut you loose. And I actually don't think that's a bad approach. Honestly, go for the research on this one. Go for the research on that one. Give me the cash. Honor where honor is due. I don't think that does anything, but I put up a statue. Okay, so we got the Crucible. The Crucible... Oh, the Crucible has to be put on one of these. Okay. Interesting. So let's go here. And plug you in. And plug you in. You now need power. And it said 3 power, and each of these, I believe, gives 1. Okay, so we're making our light alloy. So let's go ahead and plug the light alloy in up here. The 3 different resources we're shipping. And I'm just going to plug this in because I can for right now. Alright, so we've got that going. Now, what would be nice is getting a second one of those up. Do I have a place I could shove another Crucible on here? Just there. So, I've got easy access to silicon, but that not as much. So I can go over here, squeeze you on down that way. And get another drill. And do all that. So that's going to make more material. Okay. And we were making the mirrors, so that's got the light alloy being shipped off. Do I want to import the glass? I feel like the glass was the easier one to make. And glass was quartz, which is silicon and water. So let's check back over here. So here where I'd make that. So silicon's over there, water's over here. You got room for another pipe out? Well, regardless, so it's going to avoid that too. It's fine. We'll just go back over to this one real quick. And I'll hook it up. Because I'm realizing, regardless, I'm going to be exporting that. So where was our other Crucible that's not hooked up? You're here. Go ahead and hook you up there. That takes care of that for right now. I need to go down here. Because I'm going to need to make the mirrors. And you've already got your 4 connections. So what we need to do to get our mirrors going is we can go to our mirrors here, and that's the light alloy and the glass. So I'm going to need a couple of things. I am going to need a launch pad and a landing pad. I'm going to need to produce more glass. And then the glass was quartz, which is silicon and water. I don't think I could fit another drill on that. Nope. There was water over here somewhere, so you got the water. You got the silicon. So if we go over here, you can take the chemical lab, plunk it down there. There's the water. And grab you. And there's the silicon. So that's going to make our glass. That is the landing pad for us. So to make that into a mirror, I need the optic center, which is 250, and we're about to get the money here in a second. So you plunk that down there. Plug you in here, and you in here. And then snake you over there. I think it needs one more power. Okay, so you make quartz. Oh, and then we need to go here. So you... What was I wiring to where? So it's rotating all the resources. I see. Okay, I understand this now. Alright, so I need to make a, I need to make a separate landing pad, or launch pad, if I want to get stuff to go a different route. So I can take this launch pad, and what I need to do is, for the alloy, let's, grab your line here, delete that, and then plug it in there. And so that should now let me reroute you. So it's per landing pad that determines. I gotta wait for it to update, I guess. There we go. So with that, we've got that sorted out. So in the meantime, I can go on here and try and get a second thing of alloy happening. So you got alloy there. You don't have power, so you've just been sitting here the whole time doing absolutely nothing. Cool. All right. Really, I like Mindustry? Yeah, no, I never did fully get into Mindustry. I am familiar with it, though. Like, not for a real reason, I just needed to take the time to get into it. Alright, so now, I believe, I'm shipping one path of alloy back to home base, and the other path of alloy is going there. So for the reactor, I need to be sending the lasers there. And I just realized, we're not getting lasers. Why am I not getting my lasers? So we've got our alloy being transferred there. Oh, I see. You've got your 4 connections. Goop is being produced. Oh, I've got the wrong recipe here. I'm accidentally making goop. I see. Okay. And that's making scrap, which I don't need. And this is making ash. what the heck was I making here? Where did we go wrong? So we got water and uranium. I'm pretty sure that needed to be water and silicon. Let's double check. So you're supposed to be making the lasers over here. Let's double check where I went wrong with this. I think it was like literally just accidentally I plugged that uranium in versus the other material. So grab you. So it's uranium plus the glass, and the glass is from the quartz, and the quartz is from the water and the silicon. So we've got our quartz here. That quartz is being sold. Ah, okay. So this pipe needs to go away and plug into there. And it should switch over to something else. So it's glass plus water. Oh, you're wrong. So we need to go over here and put you back down and plug you in. I'm so confused. Is this the wrong building then? Okay. Let's clean this up. I got a mess. Alright, so your glass plus this in the optics lab, and the optics lab is up there. So we could delete this thing. And you've got silicon coming in. What is all of this gone? Okay. Now let's see if we get lasers. I wish there was a way to split a pipe so we could send glass to multiple places from the same refinery. I've tried this pipe hub for my neutron accelerator beam line. Perhaps you could research it for that purpose. Are you going to introduce a way I could split pipes after I've already finished all of it? Okay. Oh, so you're making scrap and goo because the recipes didn't make sense? Yes. I had botched my recipe. Basically, I had wired something in. I don't even know what happened there where I went wrong. I just went on a tangent. I think it's one of those things that I was starting with one resource, misread and went to a completely different resource, so it was kind of half and half, which didn't work out. Hey, we've got a reactor. That's better. Sure, I don't care. Yeah, so we got a pipe hub. Let's give it a try. Place a pipe hub near your production site. But I don't need it. I'm already wired up to do the victory condition. Literally everything's set up. So glass, light alloyed. So that's the alloy coming in. Oh, you're also making scrap. Where do we go wrong here? So you've got the quartz coming in. Ah, there's your problem. It's not supposed to be quartz coming in. So I need to disable that. And then it was a refinery. Plug and plug. And then everything's done. Okay. Okay. And there's a fast forward which costs me research points. That's interesting, so they have a fast forward button, but there's an expense to it. Alright, so we have everything else made. So in the meantime, while that's finishing up its scenario, we have a whole thing about we get extra rewards if we make enough stuff. Alright. We did it! After all those calculations, the laser sail ship is finally ready. Only a 0.001% chance of the sail melting and everyone frying. Don't you mean a 99.9999% chance of success? Alright, I'm ready to see our new ship get lasered into space. I've been working overtime to get those cryo eggs ready. Yo, you're such a tiny flapper. Can I stash some of my greenery in yours? That's fine. I'll have the coziest egg of all. Come on, guys. Let's get going. Unless you want to arrive a couple decades later. Get it together now. This is it. The moment of truth. To the Cryo Eggs crew. We will close our eyes here in our home system, but when we open them up again, we will face the unknown. Generating forward momentum. And I could see scrap as being important and useful later.
Tucked into their cryo eggs, our crew will leave the rest of the birds behind. Those who remain will tell their hatchlings of the incredible mission they once shared. The solar sail unfolds to its full size of 5.9 square kilometers, reflecting the light of their home star as a final farewell, before they accelerate into the darkness.
I like that's like, we haven't tested this yet. Go.
For 96 years, our birds slept through the silence of space. But this calmness ends now. Rise and shine, and welcome to Ravsicle. This really should have been a warm and cozy place, but a shroud of interstellar dust has settled around this F-type star. It's reduced Ravsicle's light to a permanent sunset, dragging temperatures below freezing all across the system. But even as feathers fluff and beaks chatter, when it comes to closing in on the strange mystery, the birds are getting warmer.
I like how they do no research and just go for it. That's not how space exploration works. Alright. Sabline building upgrades. Unlock the option to upgrade Sabelina buildings to level 2. Oh, interesting. And then the solar panels. I'm probably going to upgrade the solar panels, which we still only did get 1 research point. Oh, I guess we didn't get any of the secondary objectives. A little detour. Interesting. I wonder what, like... Because the 2.1 to 3.1 to 5.1. Okay. Alright. Travel to the next system? Do we not just do that? Sector 4. Time within a winter coat. Wake up, flock. We've arrived at Ravsicle. You'll have to see this. Well, it looks really inviting. I hope there's at least some treasure under all the ice and snow. That treasure is called data rust, and this system is full of it. But first, we'll need to set up the space station, or we'll freeze to death. Freeze? Well, that's not how I like to start my Tuesday. Nice job, Stella. You broke the captain. Don't be such a doom squawker. First, let's grab a hot cup of coffee, and then we'll find a solution. I'm fine. We're all gonna be fine, provided we stick to my grand master plan. Gather resources, set up the station, find the strangelets, boom. Promotions, glory, and possibly cake. I slept like a chick. Those cryo eggs are comfy as our nests back at the day. Brr, it's frosty here. Well observed, Herb. We need to insulate our corridors before we venture into the system. You must be telepathic, Stella. That is exactly what I was going to suggest. Great minds think alike. Let's do it. Okay. So for this mission, I need to increase my station level by 2. Okay. So we don't have a specific resource we're going for. I just need to get a bunch of stuff going. Alright, so... let's just start by hitting each of these asteroids. This one only has 1 resource on it. So I'm just going to slap this down. And they're going to ask for the only resource I have available. And I'm just going to slam down 4 of these and funnel it in here as fast as we can. But there's no variety on this. Just get it out of here. Alright, so that first one is, what's this game? Starbirds. It's a factory automation game. It's not to the depth of like Factorio or Satisfactory, but it is a, you know, similar game. Okay, so we've got just all this coming in. Alright, so we can get our first level for our station using aluminum, uranium, or silicon. Which any and all of those will work. What is that? Okay. Yeah, so any or all of those will work. So give me money. Thank you. Give me research. Thank you. Let's just go with the silicon. I'll just choose the first one. So silicon's on this one, so let's go ahead and go here. And I'll start by having one of these I plunked down that we're just going to shove each material in there. So there's the uranium. Plug that in. There's this, whatever that is, more of. Where's the silicon it said there was? There's a tiny little spot of silicon over there. I'll go ahead and smash one more of these down. Because we're just trying to increase our exports for the moment. Okay, so we got that one wired up. This one we've got aluminum and whatever that material was. So there's the aluminum. Keep bringing in money. And it's by the same devs as Dorfromantic. That's lots of terms that can be used in a normal some combos here. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably end up cleaning some of those off later, Luxray. Right now, with current politics, we're being a little overzealous. But yeah, that's not unusual for when an event is happening to deal with that. Okay, so we already upgraded our station 2 times. That's a lot better already. Next mission, look for the Strangelets. After all, that's what we came here for. Okay, so got our silicon. Got our aluminum. I'll go ahead and mash down you. Mash down you. That's fine. Okay, so let's start looking for materials on the system. Just burn all our research to immediately explore everything I can see. So those are all materials we've seen before. Those are materials we've seen before. The gas is a new one. We got 2 places where we're seeing that. And thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So we're gonna want to upgrade our station more. So let's go ahead and get the water. There's got to be water here somewhere. That one apparently has no materials on it, which is a curiosity. Okay, so I'm gonna enter this one. See what we can do there. Hey, Shake, how's it going? Okay, so we've got water over here. Interesting. I can't actually get that water for whatever reason. That's fine. I'll have to come back for that. Got another one that has nothing on it as far as I can see. I'm assuming the idea is you can use those other ones for the fancy refineries, and that becomes necessary. Okay, that requires tech. So I need to queue up tech and all that. Interested to see what the game from your favorite YouTube channel is like? Are you asking me? Or are you saying my YouTube channel is the favorite? Because someone randomly hopping in and being like, oh, this game? Gotcha. Sorry, I was just like trying to like understand what was being said. Okay, so we interestingly have these ones. They can't see stuff on. But it looks like they've got this port here, the small crater, that there's a good chance we could potentially put that small crater to use. But we're going to need to switch some of these resources over to giving me research instead. Alright. I'm trying to get at the water for right now. And it does seem like what we'll need to do is upgrade to more advanced materials. Gotcha. Yeah. They're the same people who make Dorf Romantic. Yeah, so we can upgrade our throughput on some of this stuff, which would help. Alright. This definitely feels like one of those games you could also sink a lot of time into achieving all the objectives. Let's go ahead and take a second one for the research. There we go. You go ahead and do that. So let's go check this one. It's also got water on it. Yeah, so it's looking like, unfortunately, I can't get at the water. We have a component lab, which is new tech, and a pipe hub, and an excavation hub. So in the meantime, I guess I'm just going to keep plopping down the drills to improve our throughput for our passive income. There's 2 for the silicon. Two more for the silicon. And you won't worry about this one. Yeah, so water is unfortunately something I can't get a hold of, so I'm being punished because I accidentally grabbed that. Alright, let's take our chances with these 2 asteroids that have nothing on them. Well, that'd be nothing on it. I feel like we've learned something today. Let's grab you, because that's the highest throughput. We'll grab you, because highest throughput. Check the next one. Okay, my assumption of the value of these is those small craters, because we can build certain processing buildings only on those. So those are utterly useless to me right now. We got the first of the green cloud stuff. That's a new material for us. They've got more of the aluminum. And then the green, methane. And the methane's another one that I can't put the drills on or anything yet. So I'm assuming we'll unlock something with that. And don't spoil it if you already know the answer. That's the stuff we figure out as we go. Go and say yes to the component research, which requires acid, which requires sulfur and water, and we can't get at the water yet. Okay. Increase the aluminum throughput for the time being. Okay. Go check for the next one. Alright. So I'm assuming this is what we're going to end up doing here. Continue to process a bunch of these. That's all fine. It doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, because we can't get the water there. That requires an ice extractor, needs to be placed on an ice surface. We don't have the option to do that yet. So, I am curious about this because I have not seen... Alright, let's just start going from system to system. I must have overlooked the thing we're supposed to be processing. So we're looking for something stuck in a chunk of rock. And I'm paying attention to what they're asking for right now because I'm making a lot of everything that we can. Okay, so it's not there. Not here. It's not there. All right. It's not here. Not there. Pretty sure I checked this one, but I'm gonna double check it again because I'm not 100% confident. That's a weird shape on there. Well, on the plus side, I'm not going to worry about money or resources. Oh, I haven't gone to this one yet. Well, there's your problem. Just completely overlooking it. Well, pluck me and call me a roast. Is that what I think it is? Finally, we're getting to the good stuff. I'll bet all my birds see there's some alien relics inside. Oh, or an actual alien. Easy. We gotta get inside this thing first. And it's frozen up real good. Okay. So, for this one, we're gonna go to the special extractor. Alright, let's defrost this popsicle, but first, we need water for the extractor's engine cooling system. There ain't much water here, at least not liquid. And that's so what's with these icy patches on some of the nearby asteroids? Well spotted. At these temperatures, fluids and gases like water and methane are frozen solid. So let's research those ice extractors you designed. They could solve our problem. Okay. Alright, so the ice extractors happening almost instantly because I'm shipping every resource available right now. Good to have those ice extractors handy now for our water supply. I was getting worried about the greenhouse hatchlings. It's quite easy. Once placed on an icy patch, it'll begin isolating and extracting the constituent components. Cool, you used a lot of words. There, so I plugged in the methane. And you want stuff. We'll deal with that. There's so many things popping up here because of the speed. Okay. So we need water to the hub. I don't believe water naturally happens on this one, so we're going to need a landing pad here. And we'll have to plug that into that. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and for right now just smash that down with 4 of these. We'll probably want that material for something else. But we get everything back when you take them back up, so I don't see a reason not to. Alright, so let's go to one of these ones that had water on it. There was the one over here. Yeah. You're just water and uranium. So where I've got all those plugged in, we can go ahead and slam down another launch pad. And get that going. So now I got all that water. That's going back, and I'm going to go find a different water. Yeah, I'll probably go to this one. And the reason I'm making the second place with water to ship to another area is just because I figure we're going to get stuff that's going to be expecting water back home as well. So we could ship water between our asteroids. Okay, can upgrade the reactor, I guess. Yeah, so you need water shipped to the extractor. So what I can do now is we can go and take our logistics network between our buildings. There we go. And thank you, Codex, for the raid. I really hope you had a good stream and all that stuff. What were you playing and how'd it go and all that good stuff. But welcome in, Raiders. Sorry, I'm like trying to juggle all of the things. So you want me to start making acid? Okay. Well, I've got a theory of how to crack this one open, but I need to run some tests. Can you give me some plastic so I can build a prototype? Okay, so you want me to do plastic now. And plastic we make from hydrogen carbon. You make hydrogen carbon from water and carbon. We make carbon from methane and oxygen. Okay, it's about to get really complicated. Alright, so we got a lot of stuff to figure it out. Starbird's train. Starbird's train from McCorish to Luke Ainsworth to Codex. Gotcha. So playing Starbirds as well. Cool, cool. So yeah, so if people are looking for more Starbirds, you see a whole lot of names there that'll work. So definitely check all that out. Okay. I have a lot of things you want me to make. Alright, so we'll deal with this here in a minute. Okay, so I need methane and oxygen. So let's go find a planet that has methane and water, hopefully. That doesn't exist, so that's the life we live. We are exporting methane from one of the planets. So what else do I need for carbon? Okay. So we probably put yeah, so we're gonna want to take the methane and ship it to a planet with water. So we'll go ahead and plan to do that. So let's go over here. We're the last German stream, so continuing English? Gotcha. Yep, no, I get how that works. But again, welcome in. We actually have a decent number of people in the community who speak German. As well as there's a couple friends of the channel who are German streamers, like the Ints and all that. Okay. So I can go ahead and do that. You recently met the developers of Starbirds and Dorformatic at Gamescom in Cologne? Nice! Cologne's a beautiful city. I had the pleasure of going there a couple years back. Alright. Let's go ahead and pop back over here. And grab this and pipe it in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our carbon and all that being produced. Alright, Luke, you have a good one. Thank you again for tuning in. Thanks for all the raids for it. Like, yep, and you really have to go to bed now. No problem. You all have yourself a good night and all that stuff, and thank you again for the raids. Alright, so let's get back to it. So we could start this process by first I need to pull up some water and refine it. So here's some water. And then we can go here to the refinery. Okay, so that's making our oxygen. Alright, so the next step in the process is to combine that with our methane in the chemical lab. Let's go over here. Snake you down that way. And you over here. Okay, so that should make our carbon. And then the next thing in the process after the carbon is in another chemical lab. Combine that with the water. We'll need another drill down here. And then all of that we need to plug into a launch pad. These can't snake over each other, can they? We can fix this. So we will delete that path, plug you in. We'll delete our paths off here. We'll just reroute which one's doing what. Okay. So instead, you snake into that. You snake over here. You plunk down there. You go here. You snake through here. And then we can go over here and have another launch pad. You plug into that. Alright. So with that, we are now officially producing the plastics. Okay, so you're gonna want the plastics to the extractor. That is actually saying I'm getting carbon out of that? What? Carbon and goop. Oh, that's not in the finished product. So then I need a refinery. Okay, new material discovered, plastic. Cool. That was a big hassle. Alright. And you want me to make acid, and acid is sulfur and water together. So let's see if we can't make that happen. Oh, also, I need to reroute the plastic to you. So let's go ahead and take the plastic and reroute it there. Alright, so we need to make acid, which is water and sulfur. So let's see where we can make that happen. So we have water there. Okay, so I don't have a good place to get that straight to you. Let's go over here. Making that prototype was easier than stealing a worm from a water borer. I can build a custom excavation tool. All I need is some sturdy ceramics, electronic components, energy, and let's get flapping. Ruth, you know I'd never stop you from cooking up crazy inventions. But safety gear wouldn't hurt. How about a mask? Never figured you for the health and safety type, but thanks for looking out for me, Rust. Okay. Alright. So, the shipping of stuff from here can be rerouted. So the plastics we were exporting no longer need to go there, so we can go and send those back to the main station. I still need to make the acid, which is probably going to be me putting a landing pad here and converting what we're doing. Alright, so yeah, that one's only got this, so that's probably a good one to do it on. So let's go ahead and wow, you're just exiting your game wondering why the music was jumping half the volume? The music for your stream right game is perfectly in sync. I didn't realize I already have 3 rockets going off here. So that's plastics going home. That's exporting just water. And that's exporting just uranium. Okay. That's fine. So let's go down here to this one. I need to add a landing pad here so we can start making acid. And an acid is just this, and it was in a chemical plant, if I recall. So what we could do here, do you have... We can just... I've got so much money, I am having to put, like, no logic into a lot of stuff I probably should have to put logic into. So we can put the chemical lab there, boom, boom, boom. Done. Now I need to go back to where we're making water, which is up here. This game looks cool. Yeah, no, it's one of those things that the game definitely escalated quickly. That they kind of like, here's some tutorial stuff, here, here, and here. Oh, by the way, here's everything. So there's the water pipe. So that'll now get our acid being produced. That'll make them happy. Yeah, so I'll take care of our research there. So now I need to go to this thing. So we've got ceramic. So ceramic is carbon and aluminum. That actually shouldn't be that bad, because we're already making the carbon. So the carbon, we're producing the methane to make plastic. So that should be easy. Because all I need to do is go to our aluminum on this planet, because I think multiple are producing aluminum and shipping it out. Yeah. So I can go and grab your aluminum and route it in there instead. And it should just immediately swap it over to making ceramic. I didn't realize we were even still researching that, but apparently we got that done. Oh, no, that's not right. So you're making that, and this was making plastic, but now that's gonna not work right. So you... I see. Minor change. So I need to go back over here to whatever was importing that. What did you need? Alright, so I need to remind myself, so for the carbon, I need the methane. So you route the methane there. So the methane's sorted here. Okay. So that should have us back to producing that, because all the rest of this is making garbage now. And that should restore us to making plastic. And I'm going to need another landing pad, which I don't think is going to happen. No, so this place is tapped out. So we're leaving this planet alone. You go back to making your plastic. Okay, we can upgrade this. Well, I need to make those anyways. Alright, so. Little change of plan. So I gotta make the carbon. We're already doing that. But I gotta export it somewhere. And there's all that garbage. We have the acid being produced. What do you require? You require acid and silicone, and we're already just making acid, so just plugging in silicone should be easy. So I already got the acid right there. So all I need to do is find one that's got silicone to spare, which looks like that's going to be you. The question is, do I bring the silicone to the acid or the acid to the silicone? I've got one pad left here that's not in use. I think that'll be fine. I've already lost track of which ones I'm exporting to other locations. Okay, so you're all exporting there. Yeah, so those are just getting sold. Okay, so that's fine. So what we could do here is I have the landing pad here. What is the landing pad here helping me produce? It's producing the acid, that's right. So you're producing the acid by bringing that in. We've got a rocket going out. So I guess we're finally going to actually use the pipe hub. We can delete that. Plug you in there, plug you in there. So that'll still bring the acid there. And then for you, I need to bring in the silicon, which is going to be a separate landing pad up there. And then we will need a components lab. So let's go and get our components lab made. So you go there, you go here, you go there. And then for the power, slam you in. Slam you in. Alright. So now I just need to send I don't even remember anymore, the silicon over. So I can go down here where I've got silicon being produced. I'm going to go ahead and make a separate pad for taking off out of, and just plug the silicon into that. So boom, boom, boom. Alright. So now I could take one of you, plug you in there. Alright, so that should get my circuit boards being produced. Which should get the solar sails upgraded. And the first row components. The power should be straightforward, we just gotta plug it in. So now we're back to ceramic, which is the aluminum and the carbon. And I need a crucible for doing that. So I've got carbon being made up here. And I don't really have room to import more. Because that's for making the carbon. I could definitely shut down the uranium production on here. Because I believe the uranium is just being shipped home kind of thing. It's not doing anything within its own right. And that would free up that launch pad. So then what I could do is I could do a splitter off of here. Which I don't even know how I can get that where I need it. Oh, you're just shipping out the plastic. So what I could do is shut down this plastic production. I don't see anything else calling for plastic anymore. So I need to get some oxygen out of here. Okay, so where was our oxygen being made? Actually, what we could do is right here. Grab that pipe. Drop a refinery in. Slam you, slam you. Make sure I didn't botch a whole bunch. You should start now making... Oh, you're going to mess up. I can't do that. It's going to be piping the water and the oxygen over there, which is going to screw things up. Alright, so slight change of plan there. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Stop it. So that one's got that. You are sending back home. So what I could do to work around this is we can put you here. A refinery over here. There, that'll send oxygen home to achieve that objective. Alright. Alright, so back to what we were trying to figure out was getting the carbon. So we're sending the plastic back home, which I have now immediately hijacked to put oxygen on, making that unavailable. That's the water line, that's not going home. The uranium, is that going home? Uranium's going home, right? Yes. Okay, so what I can do here is enter this spot again. Go to our uranium production there. Tear down one of those. Tear down that pipe that's bringing the oxygen, shove it in there. Okay, there. So now we're actually producing oxygen as well to send home. Okay, and you want carbon sent home. Look, man. You need to give me a break. So where's the carbon? The carbon's on that line. So what we could do here is logistics, splitter, grab you. Delete that, slam you there, slam you up here. And you're sending plastics home. Okay. So I've got that going, so now we're going to be shipping some carbon home. And we've got the plastics that are just sitting here. So I can repurpose the plastics to just carbon. So let's go ahead and take... this is a mess trying to figure that out. Okay, so we are shipping uranium from another one of the asteroids already. So let's just shut this thing down. It's done. You're out of here. Okay. And of course I'm shipping those out, so we can go ahead and disconnect you, ram you in there. I guess put a separate splitter here. Disconnect you. Alright. And now I need access to... I don't need access to anything, I don't care anymore. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and shove this over there. And you're getting rerouted. Jeez, that's becoming a problem. I put too much on one planet's what I've done. This planet's become like our main industry hub. And just can't handle it. I also realized I still have not made a circuit board, so I gotta check into that. So I need to send stuff to the planet that's producing aluminum. Okay, and you have aluminum and methane gas being produced here. So... I have a launch pad that's supposedly not shipping anything out? Question mark? Okay, so that's bringing stuff in. So you're sending the stuff home. And you're going to be sending carbon and carbon alone. Why do I not see the carbon alone rocket pad here? There you are. Okay, cool. Yeek. That's fine. So, oh man. Do you really have that few places? Alright, it's fine. So we will have the landing pad there. So let's import the carbon, which I'm no longer seeing. The carbon there. And go back over here. And then for the ceramic, I need to combine that with aluminum in a crucible, and the crucible needs one of those. So we can go crucible, and we can go and do our mining stuff here. That's probably overkill. That's not going to work is what that's going to do. Alright, so we'll deal with that. You go to that crucible. Crucible needs power, that's easy. 1, 2, 3... Okay. What are you supposed to be connected to? Okay, so are you sending methane home or back to the asteroid? I think it's the other asteroid. So you're sending methane to the other asteroid. So I can't leverage that. And you're sending aluminum where? You're sending aluminum home. That's perfect. So that means what I could do is I could get rid of one of the aluminum lines and put the ceramic line on there. So you're sending the aluminum home. Where is this line? Okay, so you're making my ceramic. So you are gone. Ooh. Okay, so ceramic's all hooked up. So let's go back to the circuit boards. Right, the issue is that I'm sending these home, and I need to actually be sending them over to the extractor. I understand. I don't like it, but I do understand. And my extractor is over here. Currently, we're importing nothing there. So let's go find the circuit boards. Can I reroute the acid to another area? So there's the acid. And you are being shipped out here. And there's the circuit boards. Where do you go? Are you going home? Please tell me it's going home. Oh, thank goodness it's going home. Alright, so we can take one of our sulfur nodes, disconnect it, reroute the acid over there. So your connection, you're gone. Go over here. Your connection, you're gone. And then we could weasel the acid straight across there. Cool. So what that does is that makes that a circuit board only line. And so what I'm temporarily going to do is take that circuit board only line that's flashing as being more than circuit boards. Don't worry about it. We're going to slam it over there to get that objective done. Yeesh. So for as simple as the game is, that definitely escalates very quickly. Go ahead and do that. Hydrocarbon. We're making hydrocarbon up here. So, where's the one that's shipping stuff home? So you're shipping stuff home. Where do I have my hydrocarbon line? Okay, so there's the hydrocarbon. So I can go over here, splitter, delete, plug. Oh, thank goodness that's accessible. Okay, so got the hydrocarbon going home for the ship upgrade. Okay. So. We're getting the last of our circuit boards in. That's good news. Come on, 2 more circuit boards. Because then what I could do is I could detach this circuit board route and then send them to ship home again. So there's the acid. There's that acid going out. Where are my circuit boards? So the circuit boards are here. Okay. So that's the circuit boards done. And now I can shut down this line. Alright, so now circuit boards are going home. Alright, so next up is I need to get my actual ceramics going home. Which I've lost track of where I'm doing any of this. You were where the ceramics are supposed to be happening, if I remember correctly. You're producing ceramics. And they're going to this one that's sending aluminum and ceramic. Okay. So that is going home. Do I have another node to send stuff out on? I do not. So what I'm going to do is temporarily suspend this. So we're only getting the ceramic. Now we're going to go up here. Because you should only be ceramics now, so send you over there. Our station upgrade. I happen to have all that. That actually works out. Okay, and you also need 5 power. 5 power is easy. Alright. And we're getting some stuff it doesn't need. I'm assuming that'll just get wasted. Yeesh. The rate at which the complexity has scaled up was very abrupt. I'm a little scared of what the next level might entail. That said, what I might end up doing is this is intended to only be a partial stream so far as this game, then we'll be switching up from that. I do need to be taking a break here in the next couple of minutes, because my wife Toom's probably already home. I think she's already downstairs and everything. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, once I get this mission done, I'm going to run down, take my 5-minute break or whatever, get that done, and then go from there. Okay, so we're seeing more ceramic. Oh, the ceramic's going slow because it's a splitter off a splitter off a splitter kind of thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Because for you bringing in materials, what was this thing's becoming the ceramic? Not the water. It's not that crap. Yeah, so it's the fact that I've got my carbon being made, but I'm splitting this material, so that's cutting my production into half here. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, so I've got the carbon being produced, and then we're splitting in half here, so 50% of my carbon is going up here. 25% is going there, so I'm only getting a quarter of all the carbon I'm producing actually going into production there. Alright, so I need just 4 more, and then that'll be our main victory condition met. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is what we'll end up doing is after the break we'll do our switch, because that'll be at about 2.5, 3 hours and all that. And this is a fantastic game. It is ridiculous. But it is level based. I don't want to really spoil all the levels for everyone. It is early access, for those who aren't aware. I'm really curious how that goes. Finally, that nugget has thawed. Now, we just need to open it. Hurry, Stella. I want to join the others in Herb's birthday party. Beep, 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 beep. Don't crowd around. It like that. We have no idea if it's safe. Shoo, shoo. Beep, beep. It's humming, you say? I can't hear anything. Maybe it's a frequency too high for my audible range. What are you talking about, Stella? Beep lays wings on the outer shell. Oh, I can feel it in my feathers now. I still need to run some tests, but it could be drawn to the other strangelet. Coming over, Captain. Okay. Alright. And so this time we got rewarded with 1 point. And we can make the ice extractors faster. So I think we're actually at the point of maybe getting some more throughput in those launch pads would be nice. Okay. We'll play the cinematic going into the next one and see what that is. Like I said, then we'll probably end up taking about a 5-minute break. It's my quote-unquote long break for the stream. To go ahead and have me run down, make dinner happen, all that kind of stuff. It'll be right back. Let's see. I've never seen anything like that. And there's nothing in the research either. That has never happened before. Derper, any new superpowers after touching that thing? Can you lift with me, with just 1 wing now? Beep. Stop poking him, Cap. Stella, talk to us. What do your readings say? This sector is the strongest stringlet signature so far. My instruments show that it's not a single massive singlet, but rather a multitude. However, I wouldn't get too excited yet. We will need to spend a lot of resources to get them. No two ways about it. We'll venture out nonetheless. Let's find them. These interfaces are a nightmare, but the reading looked like it could possibly be a strangelet close by, possibly even 2 or more. Yep. So we'd have to find 3 of them. Okay, so with that said, what's going to end up happening here is if you're watching on YouTube side, that side's going to go down for a while because we're going to be probably switching games when we get back and all that. But in the meantime, what I'm going to go ahead and do is on the Twitch side, you're going to lose audio here for just a second. There we go. But over here, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to take a couple-minute break real fast to welcome my wife home, throw some dinner on, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes, and then we'll probably have a poll